My name's Jerry Michalski, and I feel like I've been preparing for this moment for 15 years. Back in the 90s, when I was a tech industry analyst, I suddenly realized that I didn't like the word consumer. I was in the middle of this flood with the dot-com revolution, everybody telling me the world was changing, look what the internet's doing to everything, it's going to change all the business models, consumer this, consumer that. And then over time it dawned on me that we've consumerized every sector of society. Every single sector, not just consumer packaged goods, but the educational system has been consumerized. Our political system, government system has been consumerized. Food, happiness, well-being, sports, even our homes have been consumerized. They're no longer just homes. We no longer focus on neighborhoods and building relationships. We actually worry about them as financial instruments, and we worry that they're going to appreciate enough so that when we retire, we can live off that money. That's what our homes become. Along the way, I also discovered a whole series of people distributed around the world, mostly in small groups, accelerated enormously by technology, who've been repairing the fabric of civilization. They're doing this by sharing ideas openly, sharing content, sharing process algorithms, code, whatever, by remixing governance models, by beginning to understand how to work together to nurture the commons. And they've been building business models around nurturing the commons instead of business models that plunder natural resources and just treat nature as raw materials for some process to then spit out at the other end. The names of these projects are things like open source software, open content, garage biology, participatory budgeting. There are hundreds of them in every sector sprinkled all around the globe. They're really exciting. And I call this new movement the relationship economy. It's actually sort of an old movement we're moving back into. Unfortunately, the last couple generations tore the fabric of civilization pretty badly. In the process of giving us ample and abundant consumer goods, they snipped a lot of ties that used to keep us together and in relationship, and used to allow us to trust each other and take responsibility for different actions. Instead, we institutionalized mistrust. We started thinking that people weren't really that trustworthy. We built walls and put up signs. We passed laws and regulations. We built bureaucracies around all of this. And then we forced everybody through the same system because we were worried that everybody should be doing the same thing at least as well as they could. So look at the education system where we force all the kids into one-year cohorts. We then create scarcity at every turn. We give them only these school books with only a PhD teacher, with only these 25 minutes that are left in your class once you've taken roll and done the business. Imagine all the danger that that's creating. And then we wonder why people are not connected, why there's apathy. Then we layer on top of that advertising, where everybody's saying, trust me, while behaving in untrustworthy ways. There's all these breaches of trust recently from governments, business, and elsewhere. Through the lens of consumer mass marketing, the relationship economy doesn't make intuitive sense. After all, scarcity is supposed to equal value, and here you are creating abundance. There are way too many people to be in conversation or in relationship with them. How is anything going to scale? Or there are really bad actors out there. We're just trying to prevent them from destroying the system. And I will say that if you design a system first to prevent the bad actors from doing their thing, you design a completely different system than one where you trust people and leave them to be motivated to come together around their passions and do what they want, then deal socially together with the bad actors. Smart organizations are flipping these old rules around and rehumanizing the world. They're actually digging back into some really old wisdom, into indigenous ancient wisdom. And I think what we need at this moment is a fusion of the best of the old, the very old, with the best of the new. And what does this new medium actually allow us to do together? I'm applying for a Shuttleworth Foundation Fellowship because I'd like to accelerate this shift. I'm going to do that in several ways. One, I'm going to find and nurture those pioneers who are already out there. I'm going to help weave them together with each other. Second, I'm going to express and explore these ideas. I'm going to publish a book, but I'm going to publish it openly on the web as a seed bomb in cyberspace to go back and start nurturing the ideas around all these things that come up, some of which might turn into videos, some of which might turn into startups. And I've got 4 or so startup ideas that I've been brewing for a while around these thoughts. One of which is a platform for creative people to make a living. Another one of which is a bank with a completely broad definition of what wealth might be. Another one of which is a platform for all of us to learn together at any age, anything we might want to learn. I have terrific access to corporations, so I want to help them see the new hidden value that's right in plain sight. They're just looking through the wrong lens. I want to convene people who can help meld the old and the new. I think I know who those people are, and I'm a very good facilitator. And I want to prototype some of the tools for collaborative sense-making, for ways for us to do discourse and share knowledge together. I know this may sound gigantic and idealistic, but it's a process that's already underway. I see it already happening. And if I get this fellowship, I think I can make it happen a lot faster.